Good evening, everyone. My name is Cameche, and today I'm going to be giving you a speech on why not to drive distractedly. The goal of my speech is to persuade everyone that is viewing that's going to view this to not drive distractedly. One time when I was younger, I had watched a AT&T commercial about distracted driver, and it was this girl, and she was in a wheelchair, and she was paralyzed from the waist down, and she was just explaining one night that her mom, her younger brother, and her older sister were all in the car on the way back from her high school graduation when a distracted driver looked on his phone, swerved into their lane, and hit them head on and killed her mom, her dad, her younger brother, her older sister, and paralyzed her from the waist down. Can you imagine something so simple as just putting your phone down could have avoided all of that? She would still be able to walk. She would still have her brothers and sisters and her parents. But everyone's gone, and her ability to walk is now gone forever due to the negligence of someone not being able to put their phone down while operating the vehicle. We have all committed this illegal crime at some point in time, a very common crime. And when I say illegal, in the state of Tennessee, it is illegal to drive while holding a cellular device. It's a very common crime, but it's drawing your attention to anything else besides driving. No reason is good enough to stand up against the statistics that illustrate the number of people that die yearly from distracted driving. Time has come for people to bring awareness and become aware of the great dangers of driving distractedly. Lives can be saved if we eliminate solutions that impair our ability to focus on the road. One of the foremost, if not leading causes of accidents is the lack of cognition, the manual distraction of driver, and external sources like people and visual aids. There are about 3,000 reported cases of deadly car crashes in the U.S. that are caused by distracted driving. I read an article, and it was by Dr. Romeo Vitale, and basically what he was saying is when the driver is no longer focused on the task of driving, they are no longer driving anymore. So if you are driving and you look down at your phone, you're now looking at your phone, you're no longer driving, you're no longer paying attention to the car, so at that point you are vulnerable for whatever may happen. He also explained that once a person is no longer fully committed to the act of driving, they immediately put their lives and other lives around them in danger. Another major cause of car crashes is the manual distraction of the driver, which is quite literally taking like your hand off the wheel and using it to do something else. One of the leading most causes of distracted driving is the lack of cognition, and this is various things as drinking and driving, smoking and driving, eating and driving, or anything that causes you to not causes your brain not to know how to drive anymore, mess with your cognitive levels, such as radios or conversation with the passenger or incoming calls or text messages that you may have. All are examples of messing with your cognition to drive, because now your brain is not focused on driving anymore. It's focused on the cell phone, or it's focused on the food, or it's focused on the alcohol. Whatever it is, it's not driving, and so therefore it's distracted driving. People have become so unaware of what the dangers of distracted driving really are that it's like second nature to them. It's second nature to be driving and pick up their phone and change the song, or it's second nature to call or text somebody while you're driving. But these are all very dangerous crimes that could kill you and the people that you love. Manual distractions while driving include things of like eating, putting on your makeup, trying to do your hair, tending to someone else in the vehicle, like younger, smaller children. You know how people have kids and they're looking in the back seat trying to make sure that their child is okay. That's very dangerous, because now you're literally taking your distraction off the wheel, and you're taking your hands off the wheel. Whether the purpose is to change the radio station in the vehicle or to adjust the air conditioning, the chances of getting into an accident become significantly higher when a driver decides to remove even just one hand from the steering wheel. Another driving distraction that's worse than manual is LED or a visual kind. And basically this is things like bright headlights, the big screens that are in people's cars nowadays. Other people, example, if you're driving distractedly, you do not want to be too close to anyone, because someone else can be just driving directly and they can throw on their brakes. Then boom, you run it right into the back of them. And according to an online article I had read in the New York Times, 4 teenagers were in a Hyundai Elantra, and they ran into the back of an 18-wheeler because all she did was glance at the navigation on her phone in the truck. In conclusion, driving while distracted is a deadly and devastating crisis that can be significantly reduced if civilians follow the proper protocols when operating a vehicle on the road. There are enough lives in the U.S. that are taken away from things like diseases, criminal activity, and natural disasters that if driving safely with a sense of focus can reduce the number of deaths in the country, it would be heartless to not stop driving distractedly. By muting your phone, ignoring the radio, and being alert and keeping both hands on the wheel, you can not save only your life, but the lives of many others. I hope that this speech persuades people to put down the phone when driving and not to drive distractedly, because your life and the other people around you's life is worth more than phones, radios, makeup, hair, food, and various other things that can distract you from driving. Thank you all for listening to me, and have a nice night.